You know what Christmas song I should have used? Do you see what I see?
That would have been perfect.
It's Do I Hear What I
Do you hear what I hear?
Oh, but you do ears too,
Yes,
right?
we do
Right?
ears
Okay,
too.
so man. Well, next week.
That's all right.
Next week. That'll be the
Okay.
last one before Christmas, right?
That'll be the last one before
I
Christmas.
think so. That is Nikki talking to us, Nikki Nix. And Nikki is here with Samantha Vertommen. Am I saying your name right?
Very close. Vertommen.
Vertommen. Well, that was wrong. But anyway, thank you for correcting me. And nice to meet you, Samantha.
Nice to meet you.
And of course, Chris is in the studio. Chris Bond, right?
Yes.
Did I say your name right? Chris Bond?
Oh, yeah.
And the actor.
Nailed it.
Oh, that's right. You're the actor. Hold on. And I nailed it, didn't I? He is an actor. Right? Do you ever do like a Christmas play or something?
No, maybe I need to look into that.
All these Hallmark Christmas movies going on.
You got to do a Christmas movie. Yeah.
I can tell you some stuff you can look up.
Oh, really?
No, she can't.
I won't do that.
Oh, really? There's some like.
But I am hanging on to it.
Like what do you call it? In audition reels or whatever they call them? Mm-hmm. Or actual parts?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Online, we can find it.
No, I got it wiped off. It's all gone.
Don't be embarrassed, Brad. That's cool that you did
Too
that kind of
funny.
stuff. That's very cool. Well, good morning, all three of you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
And Nikki, I'm coming to see you. Somebody's over at your place, right? This month, I'll be there.
All right.
Can you see what's going on here? I got some dry thing here.
I see it.
What is that?
That's all part of your rosacea.
Rosacea.
That's part of rosacea?
Yes.
You all knew it right away.
It's all going with your rosacea.
Why does it happen to me? I don't do
Because you
it.
have rosacea. You're not the only one. Everyone who has it.
Really?
You need to come see Denise. Let her take care of your skin too.
That's it? That's what I do, huh? Okay. So anybody, if you got rosacea, I apparently have it.
You do have it.
You know, I told you what it started out looking like. It looked like somebody kissed me on my cheek right here. Mm-hmm. And I used to tell everybody, they would say, who kissed you? I said, nobody. It's not going away. It wouldn't go away.
You might be able to have the IPL treatment as well
What is that?
to help with that.
I think just products in general.
Well, I don't know what Robin's ooh meant. Robin said ooh.
I don't know. It sounds scary. I don't know what it
it's
is either.
scary.
IPL.
Yeah.
No, it's not scary.
Sounds
Does
like
it enter
something-
something?
It's a laser.
It's the, what does that stand for again?
We don't-
Intense pulse light therapy or something like that.
Oh, okay.
It's
Cool. That sounds
nice.
like a ride at Disney. All right, you are all from Ocala. I need to be fair to your boss over there, and you help us with our eye care, with our hearing,
Yes.
which is why "Do You Hear What I Hear" would have been a good song instead of "Deck the Halls."
Exactly.
Although you can't see the halls all decked out if you don't have good
That's right.
eyesight,
That's right.
They go hand in hand.
And then of course the skin too. The skin on your face
Yes.
mostly or only. Like, could you do the skin on my shoulder? Or, I mean, nobody needs skin on their
Doesn't
shoulder.
really go past the neck, but
Really? Does it
Right.
take care of scars? Not that I have any, I don't think, do I?
I don't see
On
any
my
from
face?
this distance.
I mean, but
no.
if you had a scar on your face, could you get rid of that?
Well, it probably depends on what it's from. If it's pigmented, if it's keloid, if it's, there's different type of scarring. So
Wow.
it probably depends on
Keloid.
what type of scarring you have. They may be able to help it to where it's not as noticeable, but I don't know that it'll fully go away.
Do we see things the same?
waving.
Do what?
Just somebody waving.
Oh.
Yeah, you are in a fishbowl right now. Do we see things the same way? I know this is a dumb question, but what was the reason I was asking this question? The other day we were talking about headaches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I say I have a headache, and Robin says she has a, how do I know that hers and mine? How do we know? Like when we're kids, nobody ever teaches you this is what a headache feels like. You just say, "Oh, I got a headache." How do you know? How do you know you're feeling what? How do I know your headache?
No idea.
So,
Do not know the answer to that question.
all right, but they know that we don't see the same as a dog, right?
Correct.
So how do I know that you don't see, like your eye color is different than mine? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, and I would say that I don't know that any two people see perfectly alike.
You don't see the same.
No,
And
because
everyone's
of
perception
how
is different.
I was going to say how you interpret things, how your brain interprets what you're seeing is going to be different for every person.
Tell me about that for a second. That's also got to do with vision too. We were reading this thing about Rush Limbaugh's ears. They're gone. He hears through his brain. Okay? Forget the politics of Rush Limbaugh. I'm just talking about the physical. He's got a thing on his head. And I've seen guys in the mall here with this on their head. And they hear through their brain. right? And there's something online that says you can see through your brain too. Is that something in the future?
Your brain is what is interpreting everything that you do see. It's what tells you that this is a poinsettia and that this is a pin and this is a.
But is this a future technology that you'll be giving maybe at Ocala Eye, like a pair of glasses that attaches to my brain, not my
Oh, I'm not going to say nothing's possible with technology for sure. I mean,
Oh, okay.
the eye's a little bit more complex than hearing is because of the way that our eye's connected to the brain. That cable that connects it is like a million little cables inside of it.
Isn't that amazing? Wow.
So that's why you've not heard of an eye transplant yet. I don't know that will be possible. I don't know that they could connect. Heck, they could be working on it somewhere, so I could be wrong. But you know, the eye is just a really delicate.
But if the optic nerve is working, but the eye is not,
They could possibly be able to connect it to some
Wow.
sort of computer, something that helped you perceive sight, I guess. I mean,
I guess we should talk about things that are really more common. Huh? Things that are more common. I'm coming in for something very common, my eyeglasses, right?
yes.
And you're going
to
to
get you
test
some that are not over the counter.
Is that what you're wearing?
Yes, some
Over-the-counter
$7
readers?
glasses.
Yes.
Okay.
They've $7 for 3 of them.
Oh, 3 for $7.
It works.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
very thrifty.
Okay.
You see the eyeglasses on Santa Claus behind you? That was another one of my 3 for $7 that I got rid of.
They partially work. He doesn't know how well he has the ability to see when he gets some prescription glasses, though.
That's right.
So did I tell you we went to Radio City Musical? Did I tell you that?
When you were in New York?
In New York, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we're watching. We had good seats, right? We were
Yes.
on the floor.
Good seats.
Maybe 10 rows from the stage. Okay, and I could not see the faces of the Rockettes. I could see their bodies, I could see their legs and everything, but I honestly couldn't see their face. So if I had a relative in the Rockettes, which I don't, I say, you see, look at it. But I couldn't tell who one from the other. Do you know what I mean? So will that be corrected when I get new glasses?
Yes.
Yeah?
Just like you've heard us say a couple times, we have patients who put on glasses and they'll say, "Oh, I didn't know that leaves on trees looked like that," because, you know, unless they're close up to things, they don't see the definition in the image like you should because the clarity's not there.
And is that what you do, Samantha, with the refracting? Is that the imagery, the sharpness? Is that
Sure,
what that
to an
does?
extent. So I do refract or give refractions, but I basically do evaluations and consultations for patients who are interested in LASIK, PRK, CK.
And getting rid of their glasses.
They're looking to get rid of their glasses to become less dependent on glasses.
But they have to have
really?
that sharpness of the image too when you do the
Absolutely.
LASIK on them.
Correct.
You have
If
to make
their
sure that's
eyeball
right.
is not completely healthy and completely capable of seeing that, even with lenses, whether it be contact lenses or glasses that we put in front of their eye, then they will not benefit from any kind of refractive procedure. So,
And
the
when a
risk-
person gets LASIK, do you put something new in the eye, or do you?
No, not with LASIK. LASIK's done directly on the surface of the eye, on the cornea. So we're actually creating a flap, lifting it, vaporizing or ablating tissue basically to
wow.
bring their correction to essentially zero, and laying that flap back down, and it's self-sealing.
So, like in layman's terms, if you think about a phone book, if you need LASIK, usually it's because your eye's too long. So, the way for us to manipulate that is to take some of the tissue out of the front of your eye. So, if you have a phone book that has 800 pages and you open up to page 200, you take 300 pages out and you lay that back down. It's essentially for you to kind of get a visual image of why treating the front of the eye can help with what the prescription, treating the prescription that you have.
You don't look old enough to remember phone books.
I have phone books. I have had used phone books.
Nobody uses phone books anymore.
No, they don't anymore. You just Google it, but
Yeah, what'd you tell me? You have a 19-year-old daughter?
I do. She
Nah.
actually works at Ocala
It's
Eye.
just unbelievable. You look so young.
Well, thanks. I'll take it.
So do I go to Chris? Do I go to you for when I show up first? Because you're the money guy, right? do I go pay you?
No, I'm actually out and about more, kind of more physician outreach. So that's kind of what I do.
Oh, okay. So you're helping round up
Marketing,
business.
yeah, that's,
Oh,
Relations.
okay.
yeah,
So this is part of it, the radio show.
absolutely.
Okay, all right. Can you correct color blindness?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay. That's something that we don't know how to
But-
do yet.
No,
Again, it
I've
could
seen
be
those
done
glasses online.
In other countries, who knows?
I've seen those glasses,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Most people are not actually color blind. They're color deficient, meaning there's certain areas of color that they don't see. Men are more commonly color deficient than women,
Really?
statistically speaking.
Is that
yes.
because of nutrition? Poor
Actually,
nutrition?
I'm not sure why.
I think it's
That is,
because
I
of
just know.
kindergarten.
Just of how their brains
Well,
are wired.
remember in kindergarten, the boys had like this little box of Crayolas, and the girls had this big one with the sharpener in it. Remember? I always wanted to borrow Donna's crayons. She had
It had
so
like
many
the two rows, the two stacks. Yeah.
You learned more colors.
Chris, when you are doing your outreach and your public relations, who do you talk to entice them to come to Ocala Eye? Are they like clubs, like Rotary clubs and things like that, or how do you get the word out?
Well, I mean, we're going to, mostly optometrists because they will actually refer to us a lot for surgery.
Oh.
And also MDs, regular practitioners that, people go to and have eye issues or they come across something. So, just talking to them, letting them know what we can provide. And, obviously the customer service part of it is a big deal for us. So.
Well, you need that personality because the other physicians have to be able to trust you with their patients.
Absolutely. Yep, that's a big deal. So yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell, like kind of.
That's
what I do
interesting that you go to optometrists and they send people to you. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. But yet you are an optometrist too? No?
We do have a couple of optometrists,
yes.
Okay.
but because we're surgeons, such as they may be sending patients to Samantha for refractive consults
Okay.
that are interested in LASIK. They don't do surgery, so they can't do LASIK. Or it may be time that patient needs cataract surgery, or their glaucoma may need management, or
A
things like that.
specialty.
So why?
Exactly.
I have a fear of contacts. What do you do for that? I mean, I
Not
think,
much.
Well, I
Nah,
mean,
just
a
glasses
lot
seem
of just
fine.
getting
It's-
over it is
Exactly.
just putting them in and taking them out.
So here's
A
the
lot of
crazy
people
thing.
don't.
I when somebody takes my picture, I take my glasses off because I don't like to see myself in glasses. But yet I don't mind if other people see me
Well,
in
you
glasses.
might if you had the right frame.
This is not a good frame?
Not necessarily.
Really? You're going to have to come with me, Robin. I'm never going to know what you should have
Our
seen.
opticians will help
Do
you.
you know I play the
Yeah,
accordion?
you guys are good.
Do you know I play the accordion?
Oh.
So we put Christmas lights on our instruments. Robin plays the mandolin.
Oh,
So we put
very
these.
cool.
Well, we saw the parade the other night. Were you guys at the parade?
No,
No.
it was too cold. I stayed home.
Yeah.
I sat really close so I could see everybody's faces. But when Dr. Heidi Mayer went by, I'm not lying to you, I had a hard time seeing her face, superintendent of schools. So anyway.
We're gonna hook you up. Don't worry. We'll get you going.
Oh, really? So what was I saying now? She said she was going to hook me up. It got me distracted.
With glasses.
Yeah, I heard her. I know.
Okay.
Just, I got a brain too. All right. So anyway, with the frame. So we didn't. Oh, that's right. The lights on the instruments. I'm so bad at designing things. I mean, Robin's mandolin looks beautiful. My accordion looks like I just put the lights.
Well,
just
you did a good job. They look good. But they're,
But Robin's gonna have to come with me, right? Unless you ladies want to help me pick out a
Well,
frame.
she might want her to come
You're
because she
gonna
might
feel
want to
like-
make sure she likes the ones that the opticians
doesn't
help
care.
her pick out.
No, but see, I'll have to trust you. See, but the problem is Robin knows me well enough so she can say, this is better for you. You're going to feel uncomfortable.
No. Our opticians
Really?
will not. They'll tell you whether or not
That's
they
their
feel
job.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
their job.
They'll
Because
tell me if it looks
we don't
good.
want a patient coming back saying, "Oh, my friend said that they don't like this frame on me or it doesn't fit my face right." That's not.
Really?
It's not part of what. No.
See,
That's
most people
great.
are not like that. That's pretty good. That's a good skill to have.
I love that.
Sure.
No, it's definitely they're fitting that frame for your face size and shape and. I mean, it
A lot of
just-
times they'll
yeah.
grab 4 or 5 off the shelf that they think would fit you or look good on you and go from there and say, these are what you have to choose from,
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because there's a huge selection.
Just
so-
yeah, it's kind of overwhelming, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's a good idea. That's a
Yeah.
very good idea because when you do need glasses and do need a frame, like I can't see without them. I'm very limited, so I do need
Especially
someone
if your
there to
eyes are
let me know.
dilated.
Yeah, and I was going to say you might want to look at some before having your eye exam if you're going to try to pick them out
I
today. Because
saw
like Samantha
one-
said, when you're dilated after your exam, a lot of times you can't see anything up close. So You know, you put them on and you tend to want to get right up to the mirror,
yeah.
but you
Yeah.
can't see what they
I
look
saw
like.
one I liked though. It said 2008, just big 2008. I know it's 2018, but it didn't have two O's. It had a 1, and you couldn't see past it.
Well, that doesn't work. That defeats the purpose, right?
If you have a question right now, we are inviting you to call. We're having fun. I hope it's okay. We're having fun. Nikki Nixon is in the studio with Samantha Vertommen and with Chris Bond. And do you say your last name first? Everybody asks you that. don't they?
Yeah, right.
Bond, Chris Bond. And so we're from Ocala Eye, and we can go to Ocala Eye for anything from something kind of basic, I guess, like eyeglasses, to something really serious, like surgery, right? And the ultra serious, like the macular degeneration, that kind of thing. You handle
Absolutely.
that too, right?
Absolutely. We have a retina specialist who, you know, we have patients who come in.
Can you stop that in its tracks so that it doesn't get any worse?
There are
wouldn't say
treatments
in
to
its tracks,
keep it
but-
from progressing. I don't know that, like Samantha said, that it completely stops it from progressing. You know, when it changes from dry, what we consider dry to wet, meaning it's actually bleeding, there are treatments that, you know, injections that they do in the eye that actually, you know, help stop those leaking blood vessels from bleeding. But once the damage has occurred there, that's not repairable. So we just don't want new blood vessels to start leaking.
We had a friend, Marilyn Womble, started the Florida Center for the Blind. Have you ever heard of the Florida Center for the
Yeah,
Blind?
absolutely.
Yeah, and so Robin
love
and I,
them.
we used to read
Yeah.
the Ocala Star Banner on a cassette because they had books on tape, they had everything on tape, but they didn't have newspaper on tape. Now, in today's technology, the computer will read it to you.
Sure.
But this was at least 25 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Right?
1990s.
And so we would literally bring the cassettes over to the Center for the Blind, and Marilyn had...
Every day.
And we became friends with the lady who started it and her husband, and she had macular degeneration. That's how I even know the word. And it was progressing. She could, but she could tell I gained weight when I walked in one day. She said, "Well, it looks like you gained weight." I said, "How can you tell?"
They won't actually go blind from macular degeneration. Now, they could have
Oh, really?
finger vision, but it won't actually make them go completely
Totally
black
Oh, okay,
blind.
okay.
So, I mean,
Macular degeneration interferes with their central vision.
yeah.
So
Now, do you
hopefully at
have
least you would still have peripheral vision.
do you have devices at Ocala Eye that you can suggest to the people with macular degeneration
Usually
so they
send
can
them
write checks and things
to
like
someone
that?
who can do low vision evals on them, or to the Florida Center for the Blind, so they can hook them up with someone who can help them with, you know, different types of magnifiers or things like that they
That
can
is really
use for
cool.
tools.
I knew a lady who used one of them too. You had to read and to write checks. She was a smart lady too.
Oh, they're awesome devices.
Yeah.
We don't do the low vision evaluations at Ocala Eye, but we do send them out.
Yeah.
And then when you do the treatments with injections, it's very important for them to bring a list of their prescription medications they're taking.
Oh, yeah, they're going to update their medication list every time they come in for an appointment.
Absolutely.
That's
Oh,
just-
That's
okay.
something we
Yeah.
require for every exam. So that is important to know.
And Samantha, why did you decide to go into the refracting end?
Oh, why
Because
did I
it's-
decide to do that? I would say, well, I was very intrigued from the beginning. I guess it was just a way that I just kind of moved up the ladder. I've always been a technician, but I've been with Ocala Eye for about 13 years
Wow.
now.
Wow.
So I was just real interested in it, and the opportunity became available, and I liked it, and I'm pretty good at it, so I stuck with it, I guess.
How do we explain refraction? The only thing I know is like a prism refracts light, right?
Sure.
So how-
Exactly what your glasses do. They help the image that you're
So it
seeing
just
hit
means
in the
bend?
correct part of the eye. So it's bending that light
Bending,
to
yeah.
hit where it needs to in the back of the eye to
That-
give you a clear image.
That's amazing that you figured that out. That somebody knows how to do that, right?
Yep.
What's amazing to me is how you diagnose it with a child who can't really tell you.
Yes, it is.
We
pretty-
have actually patients who come in, there's something that you call scoping, and it's a way to refract people who aren't verbal. We have patients who come in who are not verbal, and they can't tell us whether they've had a stroke or
Oh, really?
they're just, you know, they could have some other disorder that's caused
Yeah.
them to not be verbal, and they can't tell us which looks better, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever you're asking them. So it's the same type of thing that they utilize on children who
Oh, wow.
And we're
aren't
able to
tell them.
prescribe glasses with that, and it may not be exact, it may not be perfect, like what we could do for, you, but it's pretty darn close.
Yeah.
So it's better than.
Well, I'm so looking forward to it. I really am because it is weird.
Hope we live up to all the hype.
Yes, I know.
Oh,
We're really.
I'll be looking
we're really
left a lot. I won't be looking. I see everybody clear in here. I see Chris pretty clear. He's about as far away as I can see, though.
Well, now that the sun went down, it's coming back out. Pretty
So then-
blinding. I need my sunglasses.
So then when a person makes an appointment that doesn't speak English or they're deaf, it would be wise for them to tell you that in the beginning when
Yes,
the
if they're
appointment
deaf,
is
we
made.
actually schedule for an interpreter to come with them for the appointment.
Oh, wonderful.
Ocala Eye pays for that.
Did you see-
If they are Spanish or something, we usually ask them. We do have some employees that speak Spanish, but sometimes it's hard to get them. So we do usually ask them to bring a family member or someone with them that can translate. We have a couple physicians that speak Spanish, but
But when you
technicians are-
provide an interpreter for somebody that's deaf, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Did you guys see the video of the little deaf boy sitting on Santa Claus's lap?
Yes, and Santa started signing back.
Oh, that one.
That's the one I saw. I
Yeah,
don't know
that
if
was
it's
a
the
cute
same
one. I did see that one too.
Oh.
No, this one, the Santa Claus didn't know sign language.
Oh.
And the little boy was signing, help, help. He didn't want to be there. Help me, get away.
Oh, he was scared.
Yeah, he was posing for a picture, and he was just going, help, help.
That was a scary Santa. Yeah.
Is there any person that comes in for quality control that comes in to check your equipment and things from time to time to make sure everything's up to snuff and you've got the best equipment possible?
Yes,
Basically.
actually, we have a facilities department in-house, and they take care of making sure all of our equipment's up to date, it's calibrated properly. We actually, I think management goes out around once a month to check, that none of our drops are expired, that, everything is up to par. They do that once a month. So we get audited in a totally separate demeanor at the surgery center from, health organizations and all of those fun things. So
I'm looking forward to being able to see better. So, do you? Let's see. We talked about gift certificates once before. In the holiday season, that'd be a good idea to get a gift certificate. What about sunglasses? You mentioned the sun. I thought I should get sunglasses.
yes.
During the summer, we usually run really awesome deals on sunglasses. But that would still be a good gift,
But it'd be for eye protection, right? Doesn't it?
Sure.
Don't,
And some people prefer, like we said, they do make the lenses themselves turn darker, which are the transition lenses that some people don't like to take their glasses off and put
do you know what Matt was
sunglasses
telling
on.
us? Matt, the guy before you, the guy who does the car show,
cars.
he was saying that if you want to know whether your transponder will work on the sun pass, you put on polarized glasses and look at your windshield, and you'll be able to tell, because it does some kind of you have to look it up on the internet. Yeah, there's something about if your windshield is polarized and your glasses are also polarized, you'll be able to see that your transponder might not work in certain parts of your windshield.
I think it makes it look like rainbowy, like a
What's a transponder?
or that little bitty thing that's
That's the
suctions
thing
to
that
your.
when you go
I
through
have a sun
when you go
pass
through
like
the
that.
toll
It
booth.
suctions to your.
Yeah, when you go through the toll booth,
Yeah.
I had a SunPass sticker, and it never ever worked, and that explains why. Because I have a polarized windshield. Who knew? Yeah, then I had to get the suction cup one, and that works
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
But you know what it does? When you park in the long-term parking garage at the airport, every day your car is there, cha-ching, it takes money off of it.
Does it really?
Yes, I didn't know it. We were in New York, and I said to Robin, "Oh my gosh, they're taking money, and they're in Boca Raton."
Yeah.
I wasn't in. The car was parked in Orlando, but it kept giving me a receipt for $10, and it kept saying Boca Raton.
So did you get your money back?
No, I was paying for my parking, so it was just paying for my parking.
Oh, so you didn't have to pay for it when you left then.
What happened?
We're on manual here. Our
the news came
computer
on.
crashed,
Is that
so
the news
we're on
break? Chris
manual.
heard it. Yeah, Chris heard it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Talking too much.
And one more question: are you handicapped accessible for
Yes.
Ocala Eye?
Absolutely.
We have specific rooms that are wheelchair friendly that, if they can't transport from the wheelchair to an exam chair, the exam chair actually moves to the back of the room. Or we can put their wheelchair in the place of the exam chair.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So guess what I'm going to do this week, Nikki? I'm going to get my insurance card.
Oh, boy.
And that's the first step. And then
That is the first step.
Then I come see you guys.
That's right.
And then probably not before next week, but this month. I'll be there before the 22nd, right? That's
Yes, the 22nd is the date Nikki gave you.
Yeah, Nikki gave me a date, so.
So do we need to make an appointment in advance before the 22nd, or do you accept walk-ins?
No, yeah, you'll want to make an appointment before the 22nd.
Okay. And does
You'll
it
wanna
matter
call.
which office I go to?
No?
Is this one over here still open? Next to the mall? Okay.
Yes, it is.
So there are 4 or 5 locations?
There's 5 locations, including our surgery center, but 4 that we physically see patients at for exams.
Okay. Nikki, thank you for coming in. Nikki Nix. Chris Bond, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
And Samantha, I didn't write you. Here it is. Vertommen.
Yes.
Samantha, thank you for coming in. Nice to meet you.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you next week. Anybody come in? Who's coming in next week?
I'll probably be here.
You don't know? Well, if I don't see you, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New
Christmas.
Year, whatever
Merry
you
Christmas.
celebrate.
Merry Christmas.
And next week I'll have a better Christmas song.
All right.
All right, we'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
The folks at Honey Baked Ham remind us that now is the time to make your holiday entertaining plans. The holidays are coming up fast. Reserve your ham and turkey now. What about all the parties and gatherings? Honey Baked Ham is the answer there, too. They cater breakfast, lunch, and dinner for intimate meetings or large parties. Again, reserve now. Honey Baked Ham is located on Southwest 27th Avenue behind Best Buy. Stop in or call 352-861-0011. Again, 861-0011. Honey Baked Ham, the world's best ham, turkey, roast beef, sides, desserts, and service. If you have already heard Mr. George on AM Ocala Live, then you already know that he is an angel on earth. Mr. George was homeless for 4 years and now is on a mission to help the homeless in Ocala. Under the wing of the great folks at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, Mr. George Ministries will be serving hot lunches and giving away clothing and hygiene items at the Marion County Courthouse on Saturday, December 16th. Be sure to tune in to WOCA The Source on Thursday, December 14th at 9:30 a.m. when once again